the influencer space.
Yes.
I was talking to the kids, and they're working for these brands, and they're being taken advantage of in the worst way. And I don't know how to address the situation. But just like there is a gap, because it's TV, it was the traditional media, then the internet came. So there's no like link between the two. Agents and all these representatives of the artists only are concentrating on television. Manager for artists, singers, rappers. But in terms of this internet, social media, influencer space, there's very little representation for these kids. And they are getting, I didn't want to mention that name I always use when I say someone's being treated badly. What else? Exploited.
Yes.
In the worst way. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you found the word. Thank you.
Yeah. No, they're being exploited. And I'm just saying it, I don't know what to do. Part of it is, one, the brands are being as they are, brands that just want to fuck shit up and pay little for it. The kids, on the other hand, it's information. You guys don't have the information. I don't know if you guys are looking for the information. And even if you don't have it and are looking or not looking, you're also not asking. I also realize that you guys are very wary because some old heads take advantage of you.
They've been fucked before.
You know what I mean?
But
By people they trusted.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You know what I mean? By people they trusted. I don't know how it's going to work, but I understand and I see your plight, guys. And you guys have to fight. You guys have to do something.
I actually saw Tokyo Black posted something on his Instagram. Look, I don't know much about the space, but he has an agency. They run an agency.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's talking about. And basically he was saying that all of you influencers that are doing all this work, whatever, number one, don't sign exclusive deals.
Yes.
It's not worth it.
You know, because there's so many things that...
But they're not being told it's an exclusive deal.
They are.
Some of them aren't.
So
they just go...
Maybe they don't read the contract.
No, they don't.
It's written.
And that's the thing, is that sometimes
right?
you also need to sit back and say, okay, if this brand wants to work with me, what is it blocking me from doing if I sign this contract?
Yeah.
And that's where you go back and you say, okay, let me find somebody who can read this for me. Even if it's not a lawyer, sometimes it's also plain English. You can't do this. Breach of contract is that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can then say, oh, okay, so if I'm working with this brand, it means I'm not allowed to work with any other beer brand. But does that mean I'm allowed to work with a spirit brand?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Little things like that where you need to kind of go back to, you know what I mean?
It's exciting, of course. I mean, someone's going to give you a deal. Of course it's exciting. I know it's exciting, but it's very, very important
But guys,
that you take your time and don't just make a decision.
Think about it this way. I think a lot of people probably live from hand to mouth, right? So it's probably that this is the
I
opportunity.
live from hand to mouth.
Right?
So there is no excuse.
Yeah, so but let's scoop. Is this opportunity, if it's gonna pass me, I'm angry, we have shit.
I feel you.
Right?
Hey,
So also at the same time, there isn't a value that's given that I've picked up with the internet how much people should be pricing or charging. If you think about it, so it's usually, what are you trying to reach? If you go promote a post on Facebook, you promote for $100. It tells you this is how much you can reach and this is the people you can have and it limits you. So maybe the kids also, they need to go do the research and information, but also there isn't those platforms where
And also
it
please
teaches you
explain
that.
what hand to mouth is. I don't think a lot of people understand.
So the hand to mouth thing is I am living from now. So literally rent time is due
patala
Friday.
no.
Yeah.
Kayeja no. I need to go spend and pay something immediately.
Yeah.
Where
Go patala kadi 10, but now you've got you call it 11.
Yeah.
You know, like, and if maybe go patala kadi 12,
Yeah.
you fucked.
you're fucked, yeah. Well,
Just read your contracts. Don't be like Make the Stallion where you're on live now and you're trying to
see.
explain your life.
see what
Say I
happened
was
there.
20, I was young. Yes, everybody's young. It doesn't mean you can't read.
but at
Take
the
your time
Take your
and
time.
read through the contract.
At the same time, they want to be cool.
Yeah, and the thing is, guys, you have to understand, they are impressionable because they are kids.
Yeah.
They've always seen this thing from an Ian Connor, a Lucas Sabat overseas.
Yeah.
And now they get the chance to be that here.
Yeah.
And yes, no matter what they're getting, it's not what they should be getting, but it's more than what they have. Of
course.
Understood. But at the end of the day, you have to make you have to be discerning about what
You must know your worth.
and some sacrifices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to go, like, it's like starting your own business. You
but
know
Scoop-
that you're gonna struggle. You know that you sometimes gonna eat water.
But Scoop,
You
at
understand?
the end of the day, who are these kids going to turn to when some of
That's
these
what I'm saying.
OGs?
The POPcast.
That's what I'm saying. In terms of the managerial space, there's a gap. So there's agencies and what, and I addressed this. That's what I was addressing.
Yeah.
That there's a problem. The brands are a problem.
So the brands are fucking them over.
Yes,
The
the
managers
kids-
are fucking them over.
No, they don't have
Oh, they
managers.
don't
That's
have
the
managers.
thing. Because no one knows the space. There's only a few people that know the space.
Yeah.
And it hasn't hit the wave yet.
Yeah.
No one knows how to gauge how much you should charge.
charge.
Because
Podcast
of how many
agency
followers
comes
you
in.
have.
And there's stats. There's
You know,
stats that can
Podcast
give you all of
agency
that.
comes
There are stats, but it's also hard to kind of get that stats. And I think for people who are starting out, for some people, it's just like, okay, but where do I kind of get this information?
You start by, if you're an artist, open yourself a Facebook page so it's linked to your Instagram page. So therefore you're a business. By the time your traction grows, you'll be able to have insights on your Instagram. When you have insights on your Instagram, it'll show you who is watching your shit.
Yep.
How many people,
And what
on
time.
what days, what age group. It'll give you all those stats.
Those
that you-
insights are
It'll
great.
give you
that you're
no,
able
how
to
do
give.
demographic.
How do you
monetize
convert
that?
and
That's
put a
the-
value
the
to
value
it?
to
So
it.
that the agencies, the digital agencies do have rate
Okay.
cards. They've got a rate card saying this and this and this, you know?
There you go. Which
But-
digital
but-
agency do you know?
I mean, okay, let me talk about myself. I'm busy with some yoga stuff I'm doing at the moment with the Brave Group. The Brave Group has been amazing. They're doing amazing things. We work on actual stats. I don't want to speak too much about it because I'm also learning the space, but everything that we're doing through my insights. However much I'm getting paid,
Yeah.
everything, however much.
So
So
what-
you
what-
get paid
what
per
are they called?
post. Are you get paid per post
Insights.
or what?
I get paid to post. I post on certain days at certain
Yeah.
times because
Yeah.
that's when I get
Get
most of my
traction.
traction.
Yeah.
You know, there's
What
a lot
did you
of
call
things.
them?
The
Insights.
Brave Group.
Brave Group.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brave
So
Group.
that-
So
that's
they
the-
could know.
That's the
so kids,
agency. Yeah.
holler at the Brave Group.
Yeah.
Because it's not cool what's happening to y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
They can help you out. They really
you
can.
know, if these kids can get the shit now, you will see how quickly and how forward the country will move.
Yeah.
This thing of kids or people having ideas now, then you have to wait 3 years for the you've lost 3 years.
Yeah.
Had it started 3 years earlier, shit will move so much quicker.
And trust me, you want to learn about that space right now.
Yeah.
That's the area we live
I was actually like interviewed as one of the youth because the marketing conference in the country, all the marketers are going.
Yeah.
So they had me answering questions as the youth, where they're trying to get some information. It's sponsored by Nedbank. A whole bunch of things that are happening in terms of the digital marketing space, like going forward. I'm talking like big banks are focusing on that. You know, where the teams of like digital people go from like 2 people to a team of like 20 now. You know, so it's important that you know what's happening in digital space right now.
Well, it's quite obvious because a lot of the times, I even say to a lot of people that, how often do you watch TV? I hardly watch TV.
I haven't watched my TV in a
Okay,
very long
where do you
time.
get your news first? Where do you get the news?
YouTube, and that's why
YouTube,
going
right?
back to that hashtag, that's why I'm so big on content.
Yeah.
Because the moment you go on YouTube, everything is there.
And it gets consumed.
You know?
And you can't give everything within
And
a
you're
flash.
chilling at home on the couch, maybe you got a dolly, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, yes, you're listening, but it'll be nicer
Netflix
to,
and chill, eh?
you know, especially when it's been cold, you know.
So you go back to artists, and I like when you mention artists, where I've always been against data file host.
Yeah.
I know some artists get gassed up, say data file host, I've got 200 downloads or
downloads.
whatever. But you don't get the insights on data file
Yes,
host.
you don't know
what I mean?
who's
Those
downloaded
guys, the
from
people who are
where.
owning that,
And also,
are probably getting paid by click. You know what I mean?
tricky thing sometimes also with data file host is that you'll try and download and maybe the download fails. It still
It
counts
registers.
it still
Definitely.
registers as a download.
I think maybe even when you
That's
visit the
bad.
site, right?
You know
Yeah.
what I
Real
mean?
bad.
And
So-
then you go back and then you try and download again. Maybe you get it the second or the third time. But now you've registered 4 downloads. Meanwhile,
So-
it's the same
and,
person.
and Instagram used to have bugs like that as well.
Yeah.
Because if you look at, like, I speak for myself even, if you look at my insights and you look at my followers, it doesn't like
Match up.
make sense.
Yeah.
Because when I started Instagram, I checked, I think it was 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. That was still the era where people were buying followers and you had a lot of fake followers. So a lot of the people you find that are following you or your followers actually don't exist.
Sure, they are bots.
You know, but you'll never know that. But when
But
someone
now
goes in your
Instagram's
gram,
changing.
Yeah.
Now you can't even see how many people are liking a picture. Now it's
I still see.
I still see
no,
it.
for now it's
Yeah.
still being rolled out
Rolled
because
out.
I actually saw it with some other
what does
accounts
that
that I
mean
follow
for-
that it's being rolled out eventually. It's
So
gonna get to a
what
point.
does it mean for me as an influencer that I've been able
No,
to
your,
sell?
your insights
No.
will still be there.
Okay,
Yours is
insights
still-
are
Your
there.
insights will
But-
still be there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
I guess
then-
maybe you can see the amount
But
of
also
followers
I-
at the back end this person has.
I
right?
feel like in Instagram also is also like kind of fucking businesses
But they're
Especially-
doing it because they're being fucked. Because at the end of the day, they're creating this platform that businesses are using to charge. So, for instance, if a brand comes to you and says, "I need you to post an Instagram with a picture," and you've got that full brand picture on the thing, and however many thousand people have seen that picture, they've gotten free advertising.
Of course.
Instagram has made zero out of that post.
I know, but at the same time, the reason I say they're fucking the other businesses is because Instagram actually doesn't protect any of us.
No,
you know?
definitely.
And that's a really bad thing because how many people
Protect how?
live in terms of your followers? If you get hacked tomorrow,
Yeah.
it's not an easy thing for you to get your Instagram.
But
or
the thing
Twitter
is, cool.
back.
But the thing is, when you signed up, did you read the terms and
Terms and conditions.
No, but they need to. I'm saying like they need to move with the times. They need to protect you a little bit more.
There are ways.
are.
They've added the two-factor authentication.
Those guys hack that thing now, man.
No, well,
I'm
I think
telling you,
it's
they
just
hack-
made it that much harder. Your problem is you're prepaid. I told you, get on the contract.
I am on the contract. I am now.
Oh, well done.
But I'm still saying that like I even had to get like hacker guys to protect my shit because
they knew.
those two things are not like that guy showed me. I was like, I'm gonna tease that. Are you sure? Let me show you. He showed me like we hacked into an account.
I'm going to advise the kids as well in terms of being an influencer. Don't go, if I'm a house head, don't be going to promote hip hop now. Because I find it a lot of time with the brands where I look at them like, why is this person promoting this thing? Because it's off brand. You know, I think sometimes
Yeah,
the brands
don't run for any
themselves
check.
need to do research and say, it's not about how many people, followers you have, right? It's about, does this person actually represent our
My
brand?
brand.
Yeah, it's a brand issue, but it's also an influencer issue. And I get it from an influencer perspective because balambile, they just
Hand
want
to
to make
mouth.
money. You know
But
what
that's
I mean?
a relative thing, the hand
Yeah.
to mouth.
Yeah, hand to mouth is
Because
very-
we all, guys, asna mani.
No, definitely.
No.
Mani,
Asna.
ikona payana.
Mani is-
Asna.
But if you want this thing to become your career and you want to be taken seriously as an influencer so that you can get to a point where you're charging big rags, you need to also align yourself in a specific space so that the
Definitely.
big brands who see that you're aligning yourself will give you that money. So you don't want to take every check because now you just look like you are just in a
And you
shop.
know why they do that?
You're in the aisle just
It's
taking
because
everything.
the check they're getting from the one brand is so small.
Yeah.
And I understand it. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I get it from
Yeah,
an
yeah.
influencer perspective. But I'm also saying they also need to pick and choose.
Yeah, you gotta bite the bullet
the
sometimes.
same way sometimes even as an artist, you can also say, oh, I charge this amount of money. Maybe you negotiate your fee a little bit down. But there's a threshold where you'll say, I won't go lower than this.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So you're
Exactly.
setting a precedent for your brand to say, these are the types of brands I want to work with. This is the line I'm going to set myself in.
And it does come
You
with
ca-
struggle.
You can't say
Definitely.
1 minute sneakers, next minute to busy with your face cream. I mean...
And it does come with struggle. It does come with sacrifice. It does come with some hungry nights. But if you say to yourself, I'm not going to take every brand, but I'm going to make sure that I do dope content and just work, hopefully you get the brand that will pay you a lot. It's not guaranteed, just like anything else.
Yeah.
Just like anything else. And that's why you got to respect motherfuckers who even you can criticize because of who they are and their names are known and what they've done. You gotta respect.
And they're not jumping from
This
train
shit
to
ain't
train.
easy.
And they're not jumping from train to train.
You understand?
Because they stick to what they know.
This shit ain't easy, boy.